This is part number 4 video of the LEDs for the fence. I'm going to explain the basics of what I have here. This is not written in stone or anything. It might be varied at the end. And I'm just going to show you how I got it hooked up. This is the power supply here. This power supply is a 5 volt 10 amp power supply, which I do have it listed. This is the computer board here. It's called a Lua or something like that. I'll have it in the description exactly what it is. They come up with some strange names on that. There are only 3 wires hooked to this computer board. Is the RX out, which this is a breakout board. I got that listed also. And then the 5 volts in, which has got your ground and the B plus over here. That's all you need. Now the programming for that board at the end, after we get the final conclusion of our software, I will have the software uploaded on a site that's available to everyone. Right now you can actually find software for that board to run LED lights on the internet. So when we get done with all of our workmen, engineering process, we'll have our software up there also. Those are connected. They run over here. This right here is our 5 volts input. We got the LEDs inside the box connected. This wire is the power supply wire. It's connected to the LEDs inside the box, the 5 volts. This one's connected to the tube that goes on front of the light, which will be on front of the post. Here, the data line, one of the data lines from here to here is connected. So it just goes in and then back out. That's the data line. The power for the computer board is at the other end of the LEDs inside the box. The input here are strapped in parallel to this wire right here. Is strapped to this wire right here. That goes to the computer board, which is hooked to the 5 volts and the RX connector here. So that's where they're connected. So it gives you just a quick overview of exactly how it's connected. We're going to apply power right at the moment. We're going to turn the power strip on. Now, right at the moment, this power supply is working and this computer board is working. This is just a test routine that we have. The data is physically going out of this wire into here, telling it what to do. The data out goes out of one of these two and then turns and goes back into this one. The light here is the one that's going to set on top of the post. This tube here, it's like a glow stick, is going to go in front of the post on the fence itself. So that's how each one's made. The bottom, which is here, these wires will go in here. The glow stick, there's a little pipe that comes down, slides onto that, and this is connected at the top. So then they have the glow stick in the front, is how that's going to be made. And like I said, right at the moment, it's running a test program that we have in that computer board. We have more schematics and details about how to hook everything up in the other parts towards the end, because this is a big project, because this is only my wife and I putting it together. My son's helping to write the code for the software and stuff. So it's a big fence, it's a big project, so it'll still take a few weeks before we get to certain points and find out what problems we end up. I was just trying to document it because a lot of other people, when I had all my lights on my fence before, and they were all computer controlled, because I had them up there probably 5-6 years ago when no one knew too much about them. So this I'm just redesigning. Okay, so we're going to go up to the fence and we're going to show you the posts we're going to use, and we're going to have to cut all the tops off to make them perfectly level to put all the light fixtures on. These are the light poles. These are 6 inches by 6 inches, actually 5.5 by 5.5. I built these brackets, jigs, to make it easier to cut because these posts got to be level. So the jig itself, you put it against the post on that front board, and you got to make sure it's fairly level. It's about right there. Okay, this is level now. Now we do the same thing to the other side. Now you take the level and you put it on the other two sides to make sure it's pretty close. That's pretty close. And same thing on the other end. Yep, pretty close. Now it's ready to be cut. We take a circle saw, and what I'm using is a DeWalt battery operated circle saw, 7¼ inch blade. And we'll take it. Now we got to go on the other side to do the final cut. Okay, this is the final cut. Okay, next I take the bracket back off. We got it all cut. This 6x6 or 5.5 by 5.5, when you're cutting it with a 7¼ inch saw blade, you can only cut as deep as 2.5 inches. So that means that I got a 1/2 inch piece that's sticking up holding this. So I just take my handy dandy hammer and give it a couple hits, and then hopefully it breaks off clean. If not, then we got to take a little chisel to take out the little stump. So here we go. Okay, got a little tab right here that's sticking out. Sometimes you can crush it out that way. If not, you just take a little chisel and just put a chisel here and scrape it right out. So now this is ready to put the light on after we get this stub out. Then we can put the light on top and it's ready to go. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed it. When you get a chance, if you would please subscribe to my channel, that would help us out. Thank you.